What I'm about to show you had every intention of being a good product when I ordered it. I paid a good amount of money for it, and I expected something half decent. So if there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's this.
Suggest that you
Sit back and let me tell you a tale. Greetings to all my fellow Jedi and Sith companions. I am your host, the Frugal Jedi, and welcome to an unboxing and review of this lightsaber by a company, I shouldn't say a company, by a store on Aliexpress called Force Saber Store. I'm going to make sure that that gets drilled into your head because you should run from this seller. So as I was perusing Aliexpress looking for budget lightsabers, pixel RGB, I came across this advertisement. Now, since I've already reached out to them, this is a little while ago already, and told them of their mistakes, they've already corrected the ad. But I took screenshots of their page to show you what it was advertising before they went and switched it. Before I ordered it, I even sent a message, and in that message I said, just to confirm that this is pixel like the ad says. Because the price seemed really low, and it just seemed like it's too good to be true to be pixel if it was this price. So I get an automated response, and I say it will be reviewed on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, and mention it's the Frugal Jedi, and their answer was okay. So without anything else, I was expecting a pixel lightsaber. When I got it, turns out that it was RGB. So I messaged them back, and I said, this is not pixel, this is RGB. And he says, look carefully at the options. Oh, I did. And so I sent him the screenshot of the product description, which I'm going to put on the screen for you guys to see as well. And you can see it right there. It says 92 centimeter, 1-inch pixel blade with 16 colors, 16 sets of sound fonts, drag, and flash on glass, blaster, and all the other stuff. So afterwards, he says that it was their mistake, and he agreed, yes, it was their mistake, and he corrected the advertisement. And then he asks me if I can make up freight and pay a little extra, he can send me a pixel blade and a pixel core. So I said, okay, that's fair. So I sent them money, and the next morning he replies back saying that he's going to be losing a lot of money if he does this, and he changed his mind. So I got my money back, that extra money, and I said, okay, that's fine. You're going to lose some money because you have to fix a mistake that you made. Well, guess what? You're going to lose a lot more money when people start finding this video if they ever look up Force Saber Store. Okay, so I have an RGB lightsaber. I plug it in to charge it, and the lightsaber doesn't even charge. Instead, it gets extremely hot. I took the core out of the hilt, I used my voltmeter, it's getting 5 volts right to the soundboard. And the amount of heat that charger is putting in would burn your finger, and I'm not kidding. That's dangerous. So I can't even charge the saber. So what I had to do is take the battery out and put it onto one of my 18650 chargers and then put it back in so I can at least show you what this lightsaber is capable of, which is not a whole lot. And I paid a total of $80 Canadian, which is really cheap if it was pixel. But yeah, it's not good, and let me just take it out of the box and show you. They shipped it in this cardboard box. With the hollow blade. Accessories, you know, your standard charging cable, screws, things like that. An instruction manual. Okay, if I can actually open it here for you to see it. Telling you how to use it. And pay attention to this brand right here, 2-Bax. This 2-Bax core, as I'm about to show you, is garbage. It just makes me so angry. So it claims to have 16 to 24 sets of sounds. That's BS. And different colors, sure. And yeah, you're gonna see it right away. So nice, simple hilt. 3 screws for the blade. Your round charging port, your button. You cannot take the grip off, so you can only remove the pommel if you wanted to couple it. But please, you know, don't go out and buy one of these. Like, sheesh. For one, like I said, you can't charge it. You're going to cause a fire if you try to charge this thing. Blade is, yeah, your 36-inch blade. The only thing I like about this is that this is a threaded tip on the blade, which is nice. It's not glued in, so yay. And it is a 3mm thick blade. But I mean, if I wanted to buy a 36-inch blade that's 3mm, I wouldn't be paying this much money, believe me. All right, well, I'm going to attach it together, and then I'm going to show you the sound fonts and how it sounds. To turn the saber on, it's your typical hold down the button. Makes a Sailor Moon sound effect. It lights up. Clicking it.
Bow before me, or she dies.
Okay, so that's supposed to be Darth Vader. Sound is so bad. It does not sound anything like Darth Vader. You got your blaster, your flash on clash, you have lockup. That's the lockup sound effect. Stupid. No gesture controls.
Color switch.
So holding the button down for 2 light flashes will flip your color.
Color switch.
And then you can stop it by pressing the button. I don't want to give you too much information because, like I said, I'm not trying to convince you that this is something that's worthy to be in your collection. I reviewed another saber that I said was the worst RGB lightsaber ever. I recant that statement. This is the worst lightsaber ever. Holding the button down for 3 light flashes. Plays music. Okay, well, I can't figure out how to actually shut off the music while the saber's on, so I just turned it off. So now that it's shut off, or it's in standby mode, you think that if I press this button, it'll just reignite. But no. it goes to the next sound font. Now, how do I change it to the next one after that? Turn it on. Now, this is supposed to be Emperor Palpatine. Not even close. The sound reminds me of something like a Victrola could produce. Except, a Victrola probably has better sound than this. Let's hear Mace Windu. Give me a break. And the amount of time it takes to have to switch sound fonts, it's stupid.
If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
There's got to be a quicker way. I'm just looking over at this instruction and see if I missed something. I don't think so. Body feeling operation. I don't want this thing feeling my body. Okay, apparently it's supposed to have gesture control. Hold on. I didn't put my screws in tight enough. This lightsaber has more than just a few loose screws. Let's try again. Okay, what the hell? I tighten these screws and the blade just doesn't want to stay in. Well, that's just fantastic. Yeah, look at that. You can't deal with this because the blade is already coming loose because of a poor hilt design. Like, were they just trying purposely to make the absolute worst lightsaber that could possibly ever be in existence? It sure seems that way. And if you look here, I don't know if you can see that. They didn't even really cut the metal very well where the port lines up for the charger. Yeah, this is one good whack and this blade's gonna pop right out. There are sound fonts like Jabba the Hutt, Han Solo, and they all start to sound exactly the same. Luckily for me, I got a full refund on this. You should not pay anything for this. There's the shut-off sound. So should I even give this saber a score out of 5? Yeah, why not? Value for money. Yeah, it wasn't a lot of money, but it wasn't dirt cheap either. You have the 96 centimeter blade, 3mm thickness, and you get this junky hilt with horrible sound fonts. You can't even switch the blade styles, like your stable, unstable pulse, so forget that. And if you can, I don't really care to learn how. So value for money, I'll give it a 1, just because you are getting a decent blade. Design. You saw how that blade wiggled right out. You can't take off the grip. I mean, it's okay for holding, but you can't use it because this blade's going to come out. So design gets 0. Let's talk about features next. It's supposed to have gesture control. It doesn't work. Apparently has 16 sound fonts. They all sound horrible. They don't sound like anything like the characters they're supposed to represent. They eventually will repeat, even though they're titled Jabba the Hutt. And like, Jabba the Hutt doesn't even have a freaking lightsaber. So anyways, one more time. If you buy one of these, I will find you and I will... Features, 0. Doesn't deserve anything. Quality, well, guess what? The only thing that is of good quality is the blade. It's a dueling blade. It just has to be used with a good hilt. You plug this in, To charge it, you are going to cause a fire. Interestingly, I told the seller that it doesn't charge, and the seller told me, yeah, we kind of knew that there was a problem with the manufacturer of the battery and some other things he said. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So you knew there was a problem, yet you still shipped out the product. So quality score, even though the blade is okay, the saber as a whole gets a 0. So this saber, if I take those 4 scores and divide by 4, it becomes such a small decimal point that it doesn't deserve any stars. So this lightsaber right here by Force Saber Store gets a 0 out of 5. Do not buy. Do not look at their store. I wouldn't trust anything that they advertise because they use bait and switch. And I've seen other people commenting that they order a saber and it doesn't look anything like the picture. And yeah, avoid them, please. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, please don't forget to click on that like button, hit subscribe, and tap the bell to stay up to date. Next video, I'm going to have some huge news from TXQ Saber. They have released their Bluetooth app for their SM Pixel V4s, and I'm going to be installing an SM Pixel V4 core into the Ghost lightsaber. And also, there's new firmware. So I'm going to show you guys how to install the firmware updates on an SM Pixel V4. Let me tell you that this Bluetooth app is a game changer. And you're going to be like, yes! And I'm not exaggerating. It is a game changer. It's going to change how lightsabers are programmed from here on out. I've been your host, The Frugal Jedi. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.